Well, good morning. Good morning, Long Island. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Matthew Driscoll. I am the Commissioner for the New York State Department of Transportation, and I am so very pleased to be here this morning with all of you. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge a few folks who are with us today. My counterpart in State Service is here with us, Commissioner of Agriculture and Markets, Richard Ball. Major and Troop L Commander of the State Police, David Candelaria. Assembly Member Mike Fitzpatrick. Assembly Member Andrew Rea. Assembly Member Chad Lupinaki. Assembly Member Dean Murray. Assembly Member Kimberly Jean-Pierre. And Assemblyman Schimmel. Thank you all for being with us today. Well, I have to say, what a difference a few months makes. You know, I was here in May when we began the site work. I was here on Long Island with Governor Cuomo in June when we announced this project. We began construction in July, and just 4 short months later, we've accomplished what couldn't be accomplished for decades. The transformation of an unsafe, inadequate parking area into this state-of-the-art welcome center. And I promise you, you will be amazed at what you see. But I guess we really shouldn't be all that surprised what can be accomplished when you dream big like Governor Cuomo does. Projects like the new LaGuardia Airport, the Tappan Zee Bridge, the Penn Station Farley Complex, the third track right here on Long Island, and now this Welcome Center, his visions, all of which are coming to reality. Let's give the governor a big round of applause. Thank you. You know, to pull this project off of a magnitude like this, it really took tremendous collaboration among state agencies. It really was a true partnership. And I want to thank Rich Newman and Lizette Montero from the Empire State Development for all their hard work. From the Department of Ag and Markets, a special thanks to Kevin King. And you should know there were around 200 workers here day and night to make this project happen. So let's give all of them a big round of applause. I also want to thank and give a big thank you to the men and women of the Long Island Contractors Association who have really been such tremendous partners for us at DOT here. Give them a round of applause as well. But I also want you to keep in mind when you explore this center that it was all done in a very sustainable manner. And just to highlight a few things, this is a LEED certified facility. There's 99 solar panels on the footprint, the building, and the parking lot of this property. Porous pavement, managing stormwater runoff here, which is critically important to Long Island. Electric car charging stations over here. And we used recycled materials and local materials as well, making sure that we're supporting the economy right here on Long Island. I also want to thank our contractors on the project, Peter Scamaldre and Sons. They did a tremendous job. Stantec Consulting Services, who also did a fantastic job with the design of the center, and I think you'll see that when you come in. Lockwood, Kessler, and Bartlett was our construction inspection team. And finally, I have to say, I want to give a special thank you to all the men and women for the Department of Transportation, including Ken Murphy, Pragna Shaw on our design team, Craig Rule, Ray Wexler, and Justin Luschner on the construction side. And last but not least, I want to recognize Phil Eng, somebody that I work with closely every day. He's the guy that drove this project home. Thanks, Phil, for all your hard work. You know, there's so many more people that I'd like to thank individually. But what these men and women have created not only provides a safe place for motorists to rest and refresh, but truly promotes all of the wonderful things that this region and Long Island has to offer its visitors. So now it's my pleasure to introduce somebody who understands the importance of boosting tourism and growing the economy right here in his backyard, and that's our great Suffolk County Executive, Steve Bellone.
Thank you very much to our great Commissioner, Matt Driscoll. He's doing an outstanding job. Former mayor of Syracuse. Mayors know how to get things done. Thank you, Matt. Terrific, terrific job. We're so grateful to have our Lieutenant Governor here once again on Long Island in Suffolk County. I can't even count that high how often she has been here working with us and helping to drive our economy forward here, leading economic development efforts in the state. We're truly grateful to you, Lieutenant Governor, for the work you do and the support that you give to Long Island. Thank you. I want to introduce some of my colleagues who are here and thank them for their support on this project. First, I want to introduce, because thanks to Governor Cuomo and our Lieutenant Governor and our Commissioner, this is going to be a home for them. The Suffolk County Police Department Police Commissioner Tim Sini is here. And our motor carrier unit from our Highway Patrol Bureau has an office here, and it's a state-of-the-art office. I was just in it, and it's absolutely beautiful. So we thank the governor again for that. And I want to recognize our Chief of Department, Stu Cameron, and the Inspector for the Highway Patrol Bureau, Stan Grotsky. Also joining us, my partners on the legislature, Legislator Rob Trotta, Legislator Sarah Anker, and I see he is here, our Minority Leader, Legislator Kevin McCaffrey. We are fortunate to have our representatives from the surrounding towns here, and I think they would know that this is an accomplishment, getting this done here today by the governor, making this happen. We've heard talk of projects like this happening over the years here, but no one's been able to make it happen but Governor Cuomo, and I know it couldn't have happened without their great support. Our Town of Babylon Supervisor, Rich Schaefer. Town of Huntington Supervisor, Frank Petrone. And the Town of Islip Supervisor, Angie Carpenter. Also joining us from the village of Mastic Beach, the Mayor, Morris Berry. From Town of Babylon, our good friend, Councilman Tom Donnelly. And he's the Regional Director of State Parks now, but he's the former presiding officer of the Suffolk County Legislature, Wayne Horsley. I also want to just acknowledge the Dix Hills Fire Department for their support and their work on behalf of all of us each and every day. So thank you very much. I'm excited to be here with you, Governor and Commissioner. Excited for everyone to see this facility. It is absolutely beautiful. We've been fortunate, very fortunate here in this county to have a friend like Governor Cuomo to work along with us on the path to continued growth and development in our region. The state has been a critical partner in helping to spur economic prosperity and opportunity for our region's residents, and thank you. And today, getting a lot of support here today, Matt, is a concrete example of the commitment of Governor Cuomo to Suffolk County, to Long Island. Today we're cutting the ribbon on another important project that is proof of the advances that we're making here. Tourism is a critical driver of our economy, and it's essential that we continue to make smart investments that showcase our assets and attract residents and visitors alike. Thanks to continued investments from the state under Governor Cuomo and world-class projects like this facility, and you'll know what I mean in a minute, that is exactly what is happening here. The new Long Island Welcome Center will serve as an important introduction to the splendor of Long Island, welcoming visitors to our pristine beaches, parks, and boundless opportunities for recreation. But more importantly, it will be a facility that reflects the very best of our Long Island community. It will help us demonstrate the success by the thousands of residents and tourists alike who ride on the Long Island Expressway every day. Fully equipped with our very own Taste New York store, featuring, very importantly, locally grown products. That's very exciting for us here in Suffolk County. It's one of the largest agricultural counties in the state of New York. This center not only supports tourism, but also another major sector of our economy, because our local farms and agricultural producers are here. With Taste New York, Governor Cuomo had a vision for New York. He wanted to raise the profile of our world-class produce and magnificent craft beverages. Without a doubt, he's made that vision a reality, and particularly here on Long Island. Today's ribbon cutting is yet another example of the governor's commitment to leveraging Long Island's assets to build bigger, better, and smarter than ever before. And with that, it gives me great pleasure to introduce my good friend and partner, somebody who is a leader in our state and a leader in moving Long Island forward, President of the Long Island Association and co-chair of the Long Island Regional Economic Development Council, Kevin Law.
Thank you, Steve. As usual, Steve says it well. He said it very well, and there's not a whole lot to add in terms of the reasons why this is a very great day in our region for all the economic benefits that Steve just mentioned. So let me mention something else. Projects like this do not happen without leadership. And again, Governor Cuomo continues to show leadership. Projects that have been talked about for the last 3 decades are happening again. How many have driven up the Tappan Zee and seen the new bridge going up? It's amazing. Big projects that have been talked about for years. Thank you. The timing has been working out well with these horns. Big projects are happening again, and it's happening because of his leadership. A new Penn Station is on the verge of being built because of Governor Cuomo's leadership. The double track is being accelerated because of Governor Cuomo's leadership. The third track, they talked about, the third track, which has been talked about for decades as well, is the planning process and the environmental review process is underway, something that's critically important to our region. Again, would not have happened without Governor Cuomo's leadership. And then this project, this Welcome Center, has been talked about for decades as well. And sometimes you need to just bring people together, and it takes leadership, and that leadership starts with the top. And again, it was because Governor Cuomo came up with this program about celebrating our assets from Buffalo to Montauk and everywhere in between. And when, especially as it comes to our food and wine and spirits businesses. And he appointed great people like Matt Driscoll and his team here that actually got this done in months. That doesn't happen. It usually takes years when you're talking about development projects on Long Island. And they got it done in months. And again, it all starts with leadership at the top. So I think we do need to thank Governor Cuomo for all these big projects that are happening again. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul. As Steve mentioned, we are making her an honorary Long Island citizen because she has been down here so many times. Yes, that deserves a round of applause. I have spent many days with the Lieutenant Governor, initially when she first got on the job, introducing her to different regions or different parts of our beautiful region. And in a very short period of time, she has really taken the time to understand Long Island, our strengths, our diversity, our rural areas, our environmentally sensitive areas, our more suburban areas, and our downtowns. And as the leader as the chair of all 10 regional economic development councils. You know, me and Stu Rabinowitz, my co-chair of the Long Island REDC, we get to work with the Lieutenant Governor and her staff. She understands Long Island. She's concerned about Long Island. She's beginning to love Long Island, and we always love it when she comes down here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a nice Long Island welcome to Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Perhaps it's a bit selfish of me to want something like this because I counted up that I've been to Long Island 90 times in less than 2 years, and I'm on track to break 100,000 miles of travel as Lieutenant Governor. I can tell you many of them have been on this road, so you can count on seeing me in this facility very often in the days to come. So thank you, Kevin, and I hope you all appreciate the effort that Kevin and Stuart Rabinowitz have been successful with. Let me just tell you something. Before you clap, you want to hear this. They have been responsible for securing $425 million over the last couple of years for Long Island because of your incredible work with the REDCs, and that translates into 468 projects. So that is probably a record for the state of New York. So Kevin, your leadership is felt on a daily basis in this community, so thank you for all you do. And our county executive, yes, we've spent a lot of time together, meeting coffee shops and Port Jeff and different communities. We walk the streets, and that's what I love to do best. I mean, I'm a former elected official at the local level, town and county, so I really know that's where the action is. And to be able to see Long Island through the eyes of the local officials, or Richie Schaefer when we tour your communities, that's where I get a good sense of really what's going on, but the sense of pride that people feel for living in this magnificent area. And sometimes it takes someone from another part of the state. We all have images of each other. I'm from Buffalo. I know you're all thinking cold and chicken wings, but it's probably 80 degrees there today too. But sometimes another person from somewhere else can come here and really say to you, you don't know what you've got here. I mean, this is magnificent. All the attributes and assets that Long Island has to offer, not just on the business side and how they're generating so many more jobs here. In fact, you look at unemployment numbers since the governor was elected here on Long Island, we dropped by half. It was 8% when he was elected. It is now 4.2% here on Long Island. Over 100,000 new jobs. So there's a lot going on here, But today is about showcasing what is best about this area and talking a little bit about tourism and how tourism is such a huge economic driver for our state. It is the fourth largest economy in terms of people employed in our state, tourism. And that is why just 48 hours ago, we were up in Albany having a summit on tourism. And we talked about this. And I want to tell you, you were very well represented. Kristen Janigan was there. Kristen, I see you right. Stand up, please. She's the president and CEO of the Long Island Convention Visitor. When she spoke before all these people all over the state, everybody wanted to get in their car and come down to Long Island after hearing your excitement and your passion. And we had Ellie Tudhill from talking about the wineries here on Long Island. So I want you to know your voices are being heard also in our state capitol from the incredible advocates you have here as well. And so we had this tourism conference, and we had a chance to talk about the investments, the unprecedented investments by Governor Cuomo in tourism in the state of New York. $150 million. No other state touches that, but here's what we get the return on those investments. We've had a record. We've had 234 million people have visited the state of New York since 2010. That's up 15%. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And that has meant here on Long Island, 27 million tourists coming to Long Island, generating $5.5 billion in economic activity. So now you know why we treasure the tourism industry and want to bring even more people here to see what you have. And so when you look at a project like this, and I had a sneak preview, it's one of the benefits of my job. I got a chance, actually they gave me some food too. It's great. You're not going to believe what you see when you walk in here. I thought I was getting to know Long Island, and I'm walking along and say, wait, team, where's my step? I didn't hit that yet. So those of you who live here, you may not even have such an appreciation for what is in the other parts of Long Island. So you need to not just visit the rest of the state, you need your own staycations. You need to stay right here on Long Island and do what I've been able to do, which is explore the world-class beaches, and I've been promised surfing lessons. I haven't gotten that yet, but I've been down to Long Beach and Joan Beach and Fire Island and up in Montauk, and I've been all your beaches, and they are second to none on this planet. I'll go out on a limb and say that. And let's see if anybody challenges me on that. But I come from a small town upstate, and so I truly treasure the charm of these downtown communities. We were in Port Jeff, we go out to Montauk, we go all over. I've been to Long Beach and so every community in between. But when you look at the history of this area, my God, I had to go to an anniversary party for Brookhaven. It was 360 years old. I mean, that's history. That is amazing history. So to bring people here and celebrate the incredible history and how early explorers found out what was amazing about this area and how our industries have grown, whether it's the oystermen and the seafood industries on Montauk Dock or going to the wineries now. The wineries on Long Island are just exploding. They are just exploding. And people love doing that. They come out of the city, they go along further east, they get to see the cutest, and I'm going to tell you, the cutest farmer markets you ever want to see. And I took a lot of pictures when I was out there. And then you stop at the wineries, Martha Clara and Palmer Vineyards and places like that are realizing that their tasting rooms are a real draw. You feel like, we don't need California. I mean, California is old news. I mean, we've got Long Island, and people are starting to explore that as well. So I'm very fortunate to be at the side of Governor Cuomo, who, as you know, vacations out here rather frequently as well, perhaps more in a boat than on the highway like I am, but he does truly treasure what you have out here. So I think him knowing this area so well has really benefited Long Island because he understands that we have to tout our own story here. No one else is going to do it for us. And so when you look at something like the Walk of Fame here, I mean, people are going to have a sense of pride. We have to move the chairs first. You'll see the rest of them. You'll see the people that have one time called Long Island home and have made incredible contributions. You'll also get a chance to not just see the attractions showcase in here, but the Taste New York initiative. My God. Nobody has pushed this harder than our governor to support our local growers and take pride in New York State products. And that has been an incredible benefit for our farmers as they find new marketplaces that they never even dreamed possible. We're channeling that into ecotourism and agritourism. It's been incredible. And so you can tell I get excited about this. I love this. So we are expecting at this site alone, over 5,200 cars a day will stop. That's a lot of cup of coffee. I hope your staff all ready. I hope they're all ready for this. And we're expecting to draw 7,800 visitors a day to this facility. 7,800 people are going to have a chance to see what Long Island is all about, showcased in this magnificent building. I also comment, public safety-wise, we have, and this is brilliant, brought together the Suffolk County Police along with the state police, and they're right here. They are on the ground. So when somebody needs help out on that highway, the help is going to be right here, and I think that's really important. The governor wanted to make that happen. So So again, I want to thank people like Matt Driscoll. It's downright miraculous that this got done in such a short time. I will tell you that. That is miraculous. When the governor stood here back in June and said we're going to do this in a matter of months, I suspect there were probably a few who says, yeah, let's see if he can really do that. And he did it. And he loves to take on the boldest challenges, but not just take them on, but also to succeed and deliver for the people of New York State. And that is why I'm so proud to be Lieutenant Governor of this state and so proud to be here today to cut the ribbon on this amazing Welcome Center. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Angie Carpenter, Islip Town Supervisor, and welcome to the new incredible rest area on the LIE, just as we're getting ready to enter the town of Islip. This is an exciting day for us here in Islip Town and in all of Suffolk County that finally, after many, many years of working on this project, it's finally happened. And we have to thank Governor Cuomo because this is something that has been on the books and in the works and being talked about since 1995 when I was on the Suffolk County Legislature. And here, because of his vision, his stick-to-itiveness, we had this project happen in less than a year. We are so excited. We are here, the gateway to Fire Island, Long Island MacArthur Airport, and many, many tourists are going to be coming through, learning about our region, our special part of New York State. Thank you so much, Governor Cuomo.
And this is a magnificent facility that will help out the town of Islip and all Long Island dramatically. We at State Parks have the most facilities on Long Island within the town of Islip, specifically part of Captree State Park, Robert Moses, Heckscher State Park, Connecticut River State Park, as well as Bayard Cutting Arboretum. So to attract more visitors to those locations, this place will do it. An amazing interactive location that really will draw visitors when they click on Captree State Park, and they'll see the fishing fleet and their ability to go out and have a great day fishing on the Great South Bay or the Atlantic Ocean. Then we have the Arboretum, magnificent views. Bayard Cutting Arboretum in Oakdale has some of the most outstanding views of Long Island. So all of those facilities are now, as they say, a click away when they come into this magnificent welcoming center, visitor center.
My name is Wayne Horsley. I'm the Regional Director of State Parks on Long Island, and we're here to celebrate the opening of the Visitor Center on the LIE. It is a major plus for the Islip town, and we're joined by hundreds of people to say, you know, Islip is getting better all the time. And if you're the home of so many state parks that are all being revitalized, being brought back to an era of many years ago when the parks were great, and it's all because of the governor and the state legislature, and also we're happy to be in our home, the town of Islip.
It'll absolutely have an opportunity in one place to showcase all that is great about Long Island. So if someone who's not from this area stops in here, they're going to walk out with a different sense of Long Island. Even the floor. The floor has a map that showcases all the key tourist attractions to go to. There's literature, there's apps you could download, there's people to answer questions, there's food you can buy. You're going to buy something from a local farm and say, I want to go visit that farm. I want to go out and visit that winery. So they're going to get it all right here.